Good day everyone. My name is Aljona and I am from UBLCJD1A. So for now, I will be discussing the attorney in court practice. So, statistics lend wind to the observation that most of the leading members of a community are lawyers. Lawyers represent the most superior product of civilization. They are the master of logic, truth, and wisdom, which does not by any means an excessive praise of flattery. The Supreme Court, under the new dispensation, stated that lawyers are now considered additionally honest. Since the framers of the Constitution are mostly lawyers, realizing that the practice of lawyers would involve to no mean degree the frequent contact with the public, it was resolved that the practice should cater to the public interest. So, it was now decreed that the practice of law treats with four relations. First, the lawyer to the public. Second, the lawyer to the courts. Third, the lawyer to his clients. And fourth, the lawyer to his brothers in the profession. So, generally speaking, to practice law is to give advice or render any kind of service that involves legal knowledge or skill. From this definition, it could be gleaned that the practice of law is not limited to the conduct of cases in court. So, the attorney's mission. Lawyers' careers are aimed at the administration of justice. Indispensably, lawyers constitute the only other partners of courts. So, it is in this fashion that it has been observed that one of the primary duties of lawyers is to help the courts in the solution of multifarious legal questions that arise from diverse human affairs. By necessity, he is therefore an officer of the court and as such is subject to its control and supervision. So now we are going to discuss the attorney's proper habits. Since lawyers were the officers in court, they must follow and possess proper decorum and good characteristics. First, a lawyer must be punctual and expeditious. It is the duty of the lawyer not only to his client but also to the courts and to the public to be punctual in attendance and to be concise and direct in the trial and disposition of cases. A lawyer cannot just simply attend a court hearing at 11 a.m. when it was scheduled at 9 a.m. because part of delay suffered by litigants is caused by the counsel, and frequent tardiness could lead to loss of clients' confidence and court embarrassment. Postponements could be avoided by timely preparations and religious observance of a clean schedule. Second, lawyers must be systematic. A well-prepared case was coordinated by properly handling of cases, properly scheduled time allocation, and the ultimate success in practice depends immeasurably to a systematic approach to a case. Third, a lawyer must be cheerful. Lawyers should always be cheerful in order to show positive vibes which can inspire confidence. However, he must be careful in all the things he does, analytical and thorough. Next is honesty. A lawyer must be honest because nothing is more important than saying what is true. In order to arrive with justice, a lawyer must find his highest honor in a deserved reputation for fidelity to private trust and to public duty as an honest man. Because a well-deserved reputation for honesty and fidelity to private trust and public duty is the best advertisement a lawyer can have. So next, a lawyer must be simple, clear, direct, and dignified in language. The language of a lawyer, oral or written, must be simple, clear, and direct to the point. Because instead of strengthening arguments, excessive use of language weakens the persuasive force of legal reasoning and disturbs the orderly and properly administration of justice. Moreover, the language of a lawyer, especially in the trial of a cause, must avoid personalities between counsels. It is indecent to include the personal history or the personal peculiarities of counsel of the other side, because personal matters between counsels cause delay and promote disputes. A lawyer's language must be dignified. Shouting in court, unnecessary gesture, and unwarranted display of passion should be avoided. Casting insult on a defendant in a criminal case because of his lowly station in life, even if to show that he deserves a greater punishment, he will be held a disgrace to the bar and an offense to the court. The attorney's duties to the court. The public duty of an attorney takes precedence over his private duties, for which his duty is to the courts. Thus, where duties to the court conflict with duties to a client, the latter must yield to the former. A lawyer must be respectful of attitude towards the court. It has been held that as an officer of the court, it is his duty to uphold the dignity and authority of the court to which he owes fidelity. So, it is expected that the foremost duty of a lawyer is to observe and maintain the respect due to the courts of justice and judicial offices. Respect to the courts guarantees the stability of our democratic institution, which, without such respect, would be resting on a very shaky foundation. By using of disrespectful and offensive language, a lawyer may be cited for contempt, because what is disrespect to the court is patently a breach of the ordinary and the common, which must depend on the circumstances obtaining in a particular case. Thus, in one case, it was ruled that lawyers should be allowed a great latitude of pertinent comment in the furtherance of the cause they uphold. For the felicity of their clients, they may be pardoned some infelicities of language. Lawyers should be obedient to the lawful orders of the court. There is no point of going to the court if obedience to the lawful orders of the court is not observed. It has been observed that the lawyer may consider himself more learned than the judge and may not agree with his rulings or orders which he regards as incorrect. However, he should always receive these orders and rulings with proper decorum and self-restraint, because the decisions of the judge must be obeyed and it is within his office to decide, and the bar should be submitting to him with respect. A lawyer must be loyal to the courts because whenever there is a proper ground for serious complaint of a judicial officer, it is the right and the duty of the lawyer to submit his grievances to the proper authorities. The duty of loyalty includes the duty to act with care and circumspection to avoid undue embarrassment to the court or unnecessary interference with its proceedings, and duty to assist in the administration of justice. Fairness, truth, and candor. Candor and fairness are the basic characteristics of the conduct of lawyers with respect to the courts and other lawyers. It is also the duty of the lawyers to avoid the concealment of the truth, especially from the court, despite the demands of clients, because no client, however powerful, and no cause, however important, is entitled to receive from the lawyer any service involving dishonesty to the courts. Thus, the lawyer must always strive to pursue the very elusive, desirable standards of conduct of the profession. Stronger is this observation applicable in the relation of lawyers to the court, of which he is an officer. Envisioned as a machinery of justice, counsel and court are indispensable parts complementing each other. Impairment of either breaks the machine. Wheels becomes erratic, the realignment is required. Justice is frustrated, the law is breached, and chaos reigns.